We're doing this again. We're back at it again. Oh, yay! Joy to the world. Let's watch bad films. 2023 was a very good year for films, actually, but there was also disappointing films. And I will say this was also a year of disappointing films. And saying, fuck it, the film works. Yeah, yeah, you know what? We'll make money. Good money. Money! Another year of me watching bad films for your pleasure is back and better than ever. After all, while the strike for writers and actors were going on, we were pretty much watching their films in the theater or streaming them on all the billions of streaming services not paying the writers and actors properly. Kudos to us, man. But much like my 2023, it had its really great moments, but also, if you look deeper, it had terrible moments. And the films on this list were those terrible moments. At least for me, they were watching bad films that were just bad moments. There were a lot of bad moments in 2023. I'm just saying. We had a lot this year. From franchises continuing to make films for money to corporations just making films because money. You see how money plays a big part of this fucking thing? These films were just bad for all the wrong reasons. Now, obviously, I didn't see every film this year, so I may have missed a couple of shitty films, and that's probably good on my end. I don't think I'm missing out as the list gets more pathetic each year, and it's not because I am writing in a pathetic way, but it's because the films themselves are just bad. Anyway, I must finally get to this list, and much like my last relationship, get through the pain and suffering and reminiscing these bad films, and let's finally count down my top 10 worst films of 2023. I don't know what it is about you people, but it was just very disappointing for me. I mean, the combination of Eddie Murphy and Jonah Hill, the odd couple combination that should have been for a comedy movie, just failed. It failed. Like, I expected more from this movie. I expected the jokes to fully land, and they did land at some points, but then there was just like points I was just cringing. I was cringing throughout watching this movie. Um, and it's just it I love me a funny film that loves to cross the line and try to be funny. And I think comedy is very subjective nowadays because we live in a very cancel culture world where if one bad joke or one messed up moment in any comedic film will destroy a career, then there goes the movie, there goes your career. That doesn't happen in this film, but it's what's in the film that's not funny that makes it feel like it doesn't cross the line or it could be in cancel culture, you know? It's a movie centered around a Caucasian American Jew who falls in love with a black nationalist woman. And I don't know. I don't find this funny. I don't find it to be romantic. The CGI kissing scene is just what were they thinking? I'm sorry, I can't get over that. Eddie Murphy, Jonah Hill, Julia Louis Dreyfus, they're not funny at all. They look like they're just making money, trying to make some extra fucking cash on the side, until they make something better. Eddie Murphy didn't make anything better this year, I'm just saying. But yeah, th- this movie wasn't that great. Good try, Netflix. Maybe next year. Well, at least it's not Avatar and The Last Airbender. But it is M. Night Shyamalan, so I can't believe this is actually the first time I get to do this. This movie was not good, M. Night. Sorry, yeah, I did not like your film, M. Night Shyamalan, which sucks. Because it's just like this movie had some potential to be a decently good film, but I mean, what was Shyamalan expecting from this movie? Like I said, the film was not good. Some people have said this film is very good, and that's their opinion, but I found this film to be very boring. Also, not scary. This is supposed to be a horror movie, guys. Was not scary. I don't know. It's not thrilling. The acting is basic. Batista is the fucking face of this film, and while I don't feel like he ruins the film, he kind of is the bread and butter. I mean, yay. He's also was the best thing about the whole film. So once again, yay. Good job, Batista. Yeah. The constant wait and wonder of what is going to happen next to each of these characters were also just very lackluster, and the gore was decent. I will give them that. The gore was decent, but I feel like it could have been done a lot better. I don't remember if this movie was PG-13 or rated R, but again, it could have been better. Essentially, the film is a hostage film with a twist. The twist being four people who believe that they are the four horsemen of the apocalypse, and that if a sacrifice isn't made to the family, then there something bad's gonna happen in the world. I don't know. Like I said, on paper, this film could have worked. It could have been a potentially a good film, but I believe the writing and some of the performances from the cast have been, you know, drastically low for the film. And I felt like if they were a little bit better, it would have been good. I wanted to like this movie. I really did, but I mean, it was not paced well, and it felt like it was trying to be something that it's not. I feel like also if Jordan Peele would have worked on this movie with Shyamalan, it would have been honestly better. It probably would have made a political message centered around its story. But I mean, I'm living in my fantasy world again, hoping, and once again, being disappointed by a hot mess of a film. Yeah. Shazam. First of all, this was a very disappointing year for DC in general. Flash was mediocre at best. Aquaman was a flop, and the only good thing about the DCU this year was Blue Beetle. There you go. The worst thing about the DCU was the sequel to this beloved first film of Shazam. I knew from the trailer that this movie wasn't going to be going anywhere, or even just be as good as the first film. But I mean, what were you expecting? What were you expecting? DC is fucking going through like their big reboot with James Gunn, and this movie was just a letdown and boring. Oh my god, it was just boring. There were times when I was watching the film where I was literally just on my phone, or I was literally ready to fall asleep. Like I was ready to fall to sleep. The villains in the film were all just terrible. The writings and visual of the film were just they weren't there, man. They was just not there. Again, I'm shitting on this film heavily, but I mean, it wasn't good. Like here's the thing. I liked the first Shazam movie. I actually enjoyed it. It was a good story. It had great acting. It had something in it that just made me feel emotional while watching it. What the fuck did they do here? How the fuck do you fuck up a character so badly to a point where it makes you forget that Shazam was likable in the first film? Hell, the entire first film was likable. Gal Gadot's cameo in this movie was just why? Why? She had a cameo in this and in a film coming up. So why? This film was oh my god. You could have had a Black Adam versus Shazam, but instead we had Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren. I don't know. This movie just rubbed me the wrong way, and I feel like there was so much potential for this film, but it became a disaster just from the get-go, and it couldn't live up to the original film, and it sucks. It sucks so bad because I don't know, man. Wow, I don't know. At this point, I can't be too upset because the DCU is, like I said, being rebooted. So I guess this film was just a fuck it, who gives a fuck, and let's just put it out for shits and giggles much like the rest of the DC films this year, except Blue Beetle. But yeah, Shazam! Fury of the Gods is just terrible. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? Yeah, I would like to order a sequel to Good Burger. Make sure it's medium rare. It takes about 30 years for it to come out, even though we never asked for it. And make it unfunny. All right, I can do that for you. Yeah, Good Burger 2 was not good. It was actually very disappointing. And I was very, excited for the movie, which is sad, because I should have known by now it's the cash grab movie going to be on Paramount Plus for shits and giggles. They're going to stream it to make you fucking subscribe to Paramount, and so it can make money. And this movie was just disappointing. Oh my god, it was disappointing. Like, Ed bothered me in this movie. Ed. The fucking main star of the fucking film. The one that I loved in the first film. I love Good Burger. I'm a millennial, so obviously, this was like one of the most classic movies to watch as a millennial. But Jesus Christ, how do you fuck up a fucking sequel to Good Burger? But then again, why the fuck was there a sequel to Good Burger? Oh man, I mean Good Burger's not great, but I love it. For the second film, I hate it. Oh, it was such a disappointing film. The story was whack. The comedy moments were not all great, and it didn't all land. Like I said, Ed was not funny. I had some high hopes for some fucking reason for this movie, and it was just bad. I really have nothing left to say for this. I'm very disappointed by the flaws that made me hate this movie. And if you did like it, congrats. But for me, nah, gang, it ain't for me. All right, well, your order for a good burger free is here. No, fuck you. Do not let that happen, please. Hey, remember when Chris Evans and Ana de Armas had great chemistry in Knives Out, and they did such a great job in the film? Yeah, I did too. But then Apple and other production companies thought, let's make a movie with them together as the lead roles. And they will do such a great job together because we saw what they can do in Knives Out. So it's going to work out well here. Then you watch the film and then you think, why did I ever think this would be good? What the fuck was I on? Because this movie stinks! Oh my god, Ghosted was just bad. It wasn't even just bad, it was horrendous. This action rom com was a great example of why filmmaking is hard to do. And when you have such great ideas on paper, 9 out of 10 times, it's not going to land well on screen. And here's one of them. The pacing for this film is just, it goes from rush to quick to rush to slow to quick. It's all over the fucking place. And the romantic pair for these two are just, I don't really know. They don't even feel like it's a romantic movie. Like, they hate each other in some points. Like, what the fuck? Like, how the fuck? First of all, how do you fucking ghost Chris Evans? He's a fucking goddess. Goddess. He's a god. Oops. Ana de Armas is the goddess. Chris Evans is a fucking god, and he gets ghosted because her character is a CIA operative, and then he decides, hey, I'm gonna go see her. Yeah, that's pretty much the movie, really. I mean, he goes to see her, and then they're fucking on a mission. Man, this is a fucking bitch of a movie. This movie sucks so fucking bad. This entire film, and I don't even just mean the plot itself. The entire film gives me headaches. Like the plot, yeah, I have headaches from it, but the film itself, headaches. Oh my god, 2 hour fucking snooze. I felt like I was having a brain aneurysm. Oh boy, hey, what was why did I watch this? I watched this with my friend, and they liked it. I don't know why. It had some good action scenes, but everything else centered around this boo-boo kitty fuck of a rom-com action film is just beyond terrible. Yeah, let's just get to the next one, please. They're still making fucking Spy Kid movies. Oh my god. What is Robert Rodriguez doing? Robert Rodriguez rebooting the Spy Kids movie is like kids rebooting their divorced parents' marriage because it worked out then for the most part until something ruined it completely. And why would you think it worked out well now? Like, I'm sorry, but Spy Kids Armageddon or whatever the fuck this movie is called sucks. The CGI is terrible. The acting in this movie beyond terrible. It's just fucking god awful. Comedic at best. This is a child's baby movie compared to the first three Spy Kids movies, which were for children and teenagers. This one, why? Hell, even the fourth installment of Spy Kids movies were at least enjoyable. What the fuck is this? Why is Robert Rodriguez? What are you doing, my guy? Like you have potential of being a decent director, but you come out with garbage like this. I guess I'm wrong. Also, this movie fails to mention any of the other Spy Kids movies. I expected a cameo from Danny Trejo, or at least a mention of the Cortez family. Nope. It's just Netflix shoving money in Robert Rodriguez's face, saying, "Make it our Spy Kids movie. We're gonna like it. Yeah, yeah. Maybe we'll get a future sequel and continue your franchise because why not? Why would anyone think that of that? Like, please tell me why." I couldn't even enjoy the villain in this movie because it was just god awful. This movie was just terrible. Oh my god, it was boring. It was horrendous. You could literally film two monkeys in spy gear and call it Spy Kid, and it would make billions, probably trillions. But that doesn't mean it would be good. This is just a disaster. And at this point, if you just make another Spy Kids movie, I'm just gonna fucking want to shove anal beads up my ass because that's how fucking terrible this movie was. Painfully terrible. I now present to you the biggest disappointing film of the year, at least for me, and probably many others. This abomination of a film, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Oh my god, where to fucking begin? First of all, the Ant-Man films were hit and miss for most people. The first Ant-Man film, in my eyes, is good, and the second one is mid at best. But this one, garbage truck full of crap. Garbage. The visual effects and CGI in this movie is a good example, all right, on why the MCU has been a bag of disappointments lately. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, No Way Home, Shang-Chi, they escaped the fucking bag. But since Endgame, there hasn't been a fucking film for an MCU that you could say could begin the next huge phase for the MCU. And Quantumania was supposed to be said film. This film was going to begin the Kang Dynasty for the Avenger films. And, well, I mean, Jonathan Majors fucked that up, but also the film itself fucked that up. This was, holy shit, bro. What is this bullshit? Kang was probably the best part of this film. That's it. The performance from Jonathan Majors was good, but the writing, the pacing, the world building, the story itself, the CGI, the acting from some scenes, from some characters, from the actors, ruins this movie completely. And let's be real. Let's be real. Even in this film was great. All right, it would have been a waste of a film because Jonathan Majors, lawsuit, he hit a woman. He's guilty. What were we gonna do? Because you're gonna write him off and fucking replace him with another actor and take him out of the MCU entirely. So I guess you could just say this film was a disappointment from the get-go. Yay! I'm kind of annoyed. I paid money to see this film. I think in IMAX too. I'm a dummy. I'm a dummy. This movie's just so fucking bad, bro. Oh my god. I'd rather rewatch Love and Thunder and Multiverse of Madness, which are just also both bad films. But this one, oh my god, MCU, please stop. Please fucking stop. Just give us Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 100 times, and I'll be fucking happy. Hell, where's Deadpool? Deadpool, fix the fucking MCU, please. I'm begging you. Oh my god, thank God I didn't watch the Marvels, because, I would have tortured it. Oh, this movie, though? Oh, I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up just thinking about it. The fact that we got a Winnie the Pooh slasher pick in 2023 is psychotic. And the fact that I enjoyed it, out of all the films on here, I enjoyed this one the most. But it doesn't mean I liked it. It still was terrible and bad, and I hated it. But I still enjoyed it. I don't know, it's weird. It doesn't make sense. Whatever. But I can't hate the fact that the film tried to be something different and make a children's beloved character become a psychotic, murdering monster with his best friend Piglet. Like, think of this, right? Winnie the Pooh became a public domain. You could have done anything with him. A porno, whatever. But you decide to have the idea of Winnie the Pooh and Piglet becoming feral, wanting to get revenge on Christopher Robin, and because he's abandoning them for college. So then they become these murdering fucking psychos, killing people in the woods. Oh my god, this film fucking reads college film project. Hell, worse than a college film project. YouTube video. I don't have a problem with the gore in this movie. It's the bread and butter of the film, but everything else around it is just god awful. It's a funny film to me as well. I laughed in a few moments. It's also getting a sequel because it had $100,000 budget and it made $5 million. Don't know fucking how. We have to get Tigger in the movie somehow, so we have to make a fucking sequel. So yeah, even if you made $5 million, this movie's still god awful garbage. Like, I wanted to find a success story and live on, but I don't know. Do your thing, King. Do your fucking thing. Make that sequel. It's still gonna be shit. Probably be on the next list, but fuck. Do your thing. Winnie the Pooh and Blood and Honey. Oh my god. I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad. It tried. I cannot believe we're still making Fast and the Furious movies. I'm just getting I'm so over the Fast and Furious movies. I'm an idiot and saw this movie in theaters with my loving coworkers that I love deeply so much. And I paid money to see this. I paid good money to see this. And yet here I am fucking wanting to shove a fucking knife down my fucking brain and walk in front of a moving train because I'm trying to think why the fuck this movie is a thing and why I fucking see it in theaters. This movie's terrible. Fast X has too much going on in the film. It has car chases, gunfights, returning characters supposed to be dead. But hey, they're somehow alive. And Jason Momoa, oh my god, he's such a fucking hunk of a man. But his character just fucking ruins this movie more for me. Ugh. He's a psychotic villain who's literally trying to be like Heath Ledger's Joker, minus the likability, Ledger's acting, and pretty much the impression of some sort of like Joker character. Where's the face paint? You're Joker pretty much. You're just an angry psycho man who's going out for revenge on Dom Toretto and the rest of his fucking family with your Hot Wheels car, stealing, going on missions to space, team killed his daddy, fucking too much shit. There's too much shit going on in the Fast and Furious movies. Like, it's not even making sense anymore at this point. And this wasn't even a fucking entire film. This is a 3-part movie. There's 2 more still coming out. There's 2 more fucking Fast movies coming out. Like, why? Why? Why do we want more hot garbage from the Fast franchise? This movie should have ended by 7. 7. People were laughing in the theater. I wasn't. I was sitting there silently in anger, wanting to wait for the end of the movie. The acting was barely here. Okay? And it felt like many of the side characters were doing their own thing in their own plot, doing nothing. And it ends in a cliffhanger, which, I mean, I guess that's a thing now for films. But it's just like, why? Why? I remember the good old days where the fast films were just, about car racing, a little bit of missions in the end point of the franchise. But those were the good old days. And now it's just money, 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 money. Let's just make money and film for Paul Walker because he passed away from a fucking car accident. But we love him so much that we're going to keep making fucking films for him, even though I doubt he's fucking wanting that. For the love of God, someone please help me find a fucking Lord or Jesus Christ because I can't take it anymore. These fucking Fast movies fucking are killing me. And this isn't the worst movie of the year. We're getting to it. We're getting there. We're actually about to go there. But Fast X, this movie sucks. I'm starting to understand why my dad has certain feelings towards films that I watched in the living room, as he watched along with me, constantly commenting how stupid and idiotic they were. I now feel like I'm at the point in my life where I can say how stupid a movie is. Cocaine Bear's one of them. This movie was not good. It wasn't. Oh my god! I can't believe people actually like this movie. They liked this movie. They thought it was funny. A comedy horror movie made by Elizabeth Banks. They thought and it was also. This is inspired by an actual event of a bear that fatally overdosed from cocaine in 1985. Did you know that? But Elizabeth Banks decided let's make it a comedy horror movie of how said bear had cocaine, and let's fictionalize the story and make it a bear coked out killing people, massively killing people. Yay! Then I'm gonna ask myself this question: why would I've seen this movie? Would it be bad to have a drug overdose or drown in a river? Because maybe that would be easier to end my life instead of getting killed by a drugged out bear that's drugged out on cocaine. And then I asked myself, why would I want to watch this movie? And my response is simple. Because I'm a lover for film, and social media was hyping this movie. This was literally hyped up at the beginning of the year on social media. Everyone was talking about this movie. And I thought to myself, maybe it's going to be good. And then I realized I'd rather puncture my testicles with a broken piece of glass or a used needle than have to watch this cancerous of a movie. I didn't pay to see this movie in theaters. No, I'm not like you short bus riding people that did that. I actually watched it for free, for the price of $4.99, but it's free of charge on Peacock. I watched it on Peacock for free. I watched it there, and then I said to myself, I still paid too much money to watch this. Then I see people out here in the world not like this movie, and like I said, found it funny. And I hope for them stuff that I can't even say on the internet because it's gonna get me canceled. Because if you like this movie, fuck you. Literally, fuck you. There's nothing good about this fucking movie. This movie was unfunny. The murders and the killings and everything about this movie was terrible. The idea was terrible. Like, what? Why? This movie is just stupid. It's fucking stupid, okay? I've seen fucking worse movies better. The Room is better than this. Mulan 2020. I rather watch, and we know how much I hate it. Mulan 2020. Live action Mulan. Hated it. Wanted to kill myself watching it. This is one of those moments. But instead of killing myself, I put myself through torture for, I want to say 2 hours. I don't even fucking remember. This movie is stupid. Plain fucking stupid. Okay? I want to stab my eyes out with porcupine needles. Punch me in the gut if I ever watch a stupid movie like this again, because I probably will. But the fact that this was my decision because of social media platformers fucking saying how good it is. As I said before, I finally understand why my dad called movies I watch sometimes stupid. And I hope you're proud in heaven, Papa, because this would have been another movie you called stupid, and I would agree with you. Cocaine Bear. Just no. Hell no.